for people maybe who, obviously the mainstream media is not, the name Leonard Peltier doesn't come up much,
Right.
and even in most history books, it's not much of a conversation. So for people who would see this, who don't even know the basic information about who he is and why we're walking today on his behalf, what would you tell people about why is it important to know who this man is?
It is important because it's really a basis for the struggle for American Indian movements, American Indian rights since the 1970s, and it's been an ongoing long battle or struggle. And it all began with the Pine Ridge Reservation, who today is still in pretty low decline and kind of a third world country in the middle of the United States. And so not only is it important to walk for Leonard Peltier on this day, and raise awareness, but it's also important to start considering what we can do as a community to help out the Pine Ridge Reservation and further that movement that started back in the 70s and continue it till today.
Well, the sign you have identifies President Obama as having at least the capacity to act, to pardon him, which there's been an effort to get every president since Jimmy Carter to do the exact same thing.
Right.
Do you think that we'll see any difference from this president as we have in the previous presidents?
I think if we put enough pressure on him and do things creatively enough, then it's possible. I kind of see him as probably the only president who might be willing to consider it. I'm kind of, my expectations are, I'm kind of hoping to hold him up to the civil rights movement that's started ever since way before, and hopefully he'll alleviate some of the problems. But my ultimate goal is to kind of do it in a way that inspires creativity and art and community together, and doing things in the arts community and music community, and just continuous effort, long run, going every day of the year as much as possible.
Peltier has been sitting in federal prison since the late 70s under the pretext that he killed an FBI agent on the Pine Ridge Reservation. But there's a vast amount of both books and other literature and films and websites and so forth that clearly indicate that not only did he not do it, but there's even been other folks who have sort of suggested that they know who else may have done it. But so if there seems to be so much evidence, why do you think they're not even willing to allow for like a new trial to reinvestigate the case?
I'm taking a nod from John Trudell on this one. His belief is that, and I tend to agree with him, just the basis of his knowledgeability and the way he tends to express things, that he believes that it's mostly because the government would have to go in and investigate the FBI and pull out all the case files, and in hindsight have to admit to all the bad legal stuff that they're doing, and have to really investigate it and then take measures against them.
Okay. Well, last question then. Why is not only people knowing about Peltier, but hopefully his ultimate release, why is that important for you personally?
For me personally, well, it's important to me because my family is connected to the Anishinaabe community. I've been pretty well versed in it ever since I was a kid, and so I've always had a close connection with it. To me, it also equals into connecting the African American community around here and the Anishinaabe community, and I kind of even see it more so as connecting like a world community, particularly within the Americas, and then expanding to Africa. But I'm doing it based out of the ideas of love and change, and the kind of like a spiritual movement that's created inside me, things of that nature.